That's for Sammy. And this is for Volkiller. Hey, Kiwi, how's it going? But hello, everyone. So many lovely people here already. I'm always shocked. I'm always shocked when I see people willing to hang out with me. So I appreciate it. It's going. That's how I feel too, Kiwi. I'm in as per usual, I'm in a strange headspace. But I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. I'm going to Kyoto tomorrow, and I'm not really prepared. That's one of the things. So I have to go to this conference that I got accepted to present at, so that's nice. But like, I'm going by myself. No one else in my lab or in my program is going, other than like senseis. So like, that's already kind of like a little like, okay. They didn't release the like conference schedule until kind of recently, and because it is peak autumn like leaf viewing season, Kyoto is like hella busy right now. And so as soon as I got accepted to present, my sensei was like, you need to book your hotel, like you need to book everything now. And so I did. I immediately booked it, based just off of what information I had for this conference, which was simply that it went from Wednesday to Sunday. And so I was like, okay, I guess I knew I presented on Thursday, but I didn't know anything else besides that. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna like go on Wednesday, like afternoon, leave Sunday morning ish, or like Sunday midday, and hopefully that will be good. They released a schedule, and I'm used to conferences being like pretty busy, pretty packed. I don't know if this schedule is just like not a complete schedule, but Sunday has nothing. There's nothing listed for Sunday. And Saturday has one event that lasts an hour and a half. Like one lecture, it's an hour and a half listed. Like Thursday and Friday are like, you know, typical like from 10 to 5 kind of thing. So I'm just like, did I really need to be here for like this many? I don't have any plan. I have nothing planned because I thought I would be at this conference this whole time. So now I'm kind of like, well, fuck. Like I didn't make like any sort of like plans or research. I am going via Shinkansen. Well, it is on Labs Dime, but it's like I basically got like a per diem per day. And because I thought I had to stay all fucking like 4 days or whatever, I pretty much burned up my per diem on the hotel. Again, because it's like peak season. So like I had to go out of pocket a little bit, not terribly, but it kind of is annoying because I could have like cut short the hotel stay and like probably come out even or ahead if I had known I didn't have to stay that many days. Well, so here's the other thing, saying that I'm a little worried about, because like I'm not on that schedule. So that's where I'm like, I think this isn't like the full schedule. Maybe this is just like the keynote things, because like there's no way there's only like 8 people speaking like in total at this conference. I just can't see that being the truth. And that's like all they have listed is like 8 speakers or something. But I don't know, because I've never been in a conference in Japan. So I'm just kind of, actually I have, but so but I don't, not like on this sort of no, I guess I have been on like a big scale conference, and it was like a normal like kind of conference. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with this one. So I'm a little like worried. That's the word I'm looking for. I was about to say shinpai shimashita. Shinpai shimasu. Right? I'm like, don't release a program but then like not actually have anything on the program. So I don't know. I don't know. But I'm hoping it's like fine or whatever. I'm worried that I like forgot to like check some box that was like, yeah, I'm gonna come or whatever. But they've been sending me emails about like preparing for the presentation and stuff, so I assume I'm on like whatever list. But yeah, so I'm just like a little bit nervous about it, and I'm also just like, since I'm the only person from my lab going, I'm a little nervous because it's like I can't even like hang out with friends for like consolation or anything. And I just got an email today. So my sensei had invited me out to this like dinner on Thursday night, like after the presentation. But now she like can't go. She just sent me an email today that's like, I'm so sorry, but like I can't go. She's a super big deal, so I'm sure she like has to go to something that's like more important. But so I'm still going to this dinner, but it's gonna be with, again, like a bunch of other senseis that I don't really know. So I'm just like, cool, all right. And my Japanese isn't great, but I'm just gonna try to do my best. I'm just gonna try to chill as well as I can. I'm presenting in English, thank God. Yeah. Added level of stress to this too. So I didn't actually buy my Shinkansen tickets either. My friend bought them for me because there was like a weird thing with like the website, and like my credit card wasn't working, and trying to like book them in advance, because I just wanted to like book them in advance. It was just this whole big hassle. So my friend actually bought them for me. My friend and I have had a falling out, so now we're not talking. And so it's a little bit, to put it lightly, we're not really speaking to each other right now. And so I'm a little nervous because like I have at least all like the tickets and stuff. Like I have all the information, but I'm a little worried that like if something's wrong with the tickets, I'm kind of like fucked. I'm sure if I contacted them, they would help me out, but it's just kind of, I really don't want to have to contact them. So that is also like stressing me out a bit, in the interest of full disclosure. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. But if I seem a little bit more of a nervous wreck than usual, this is all the things I've been going on with in my head. But I'm hoping, since I have like, my hope is that since I don't have any like real expectations or hope, or that I'm anticipating it being a terrible time, maybe it won't be a terrible time. Yeah, sort of. Without going into too much detail, yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of things kind of like, unfortunately, sort of not the best of circumstances, but it happens. It could be worse. It could be way worse. Yeah, like, well, that's the thing, is it's sort of like, I can find stuff to do in Kyoto. Like, I'm kind of like, there's a lot of temple. I mean, it's like you basically like throw a rock, you're gonna hit a temple there. Also, Kyoto, I hear, is like super, I mean, it's like tourist central, especially this time of year. But I mean, all times of year. So I don't think, like, in terms of getting around and doing stuff, I don't think I'm gonna have much trouble, because it's probably actually, compared to Tokyo, I hear it's almost like easier, like, because it's just so tourist oriented. Also, yeah, don't throw rocks at temples. Good point, Sane. Good point. But yeah, so I don't think it's gonna be like that bad of a time. It's mostly just like, I usually, if I was in the US, I would just like go to a bar or go to a cafe with a book or like my iPad and just kill time. But a lot of times here, it's like, that's not really, you don't get to haunt places as much. Like, you can find like Starbucks and like the tours and stuff, but like they kind of like push you out a little bit faster. So it's like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find places that I can really just kind of like hunker down in, but I'm gonna try, and if I have to kind of like get up, move about, that's fine. You want a cake, bake a little rattlesnake, but it's fake. Make of gummies the perfect little snack to put in your tummies. Are you okay, Fox? Are you okay? Yeah, it's super walkable, so I think it'll be okay. I think it's, and like, in terms of like where my hotel is, I really lucked out on the hotel. I did book the hotel myself, I guess I should say, like, so I'm pretty comfortable with that. But like, its location's convenient, like it's easy to get from the Shinkansen station and to the conference. Like, it's just like a pretty simple subway with like one transfer. So I'm pretty excited about that, because I'm like, okay, at least my hotel is not like way in the middle of nowhere or something. because it was actually really hard to find a hotel at a reasonable price. Because since I knew I was going by myself and I wasn't like being able to stay with anyone else, I didn't want to stay at some like random, I wanted to make sure it was like a legitimate hotel. I didn't want to stay at like a, what do you call it? Like a hostel or like a share house or something. I didn't want to do that. No, I'm too old, too particular. The trains often go a lot farther out than it shows on the tourist maps. Ah, okay. Ah, you thought it was the final stop. Ah. Oh no, I hope you didn't have to pay that whole way. Oof. Ooh, sorry, my throat gurgle. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. It's good to know though. That's good to know because I definitely sometimes I'm like sleepwalking on the trains. I was definitely sleepwalking yesterday. But at least I think I've packed everything for the most part. I haven't decided which outfit I'm going to wear for my presentation. I'll have to see how I feel on the day of. But it might be a sweater vest, I'll say that. Sweater vest with blazer, potentially. Potentially just blazer with like turtleneck or a button down. Haven't decided. Depends on how hot the venue is, I think. But yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, as long as you got off the... Okay, that's good. Yeah. That's how it is here too. As long as you like don't exit the station, you can just like hop back. You can just like transfer and go back. It's just a lot of time. The price you pay is in time. Yeah, the weather forecast looks good too. I was trying to debate about bringing a raincoat or something. I'm gonna have my umbrella, but I'm trying to like not. I already have packed too much stuff. Not gonna wear the Disco Protagonist cosplay. No, not this time. Not for the first conference presentation. Oh no. So like everyone was relying on you, Uber, and then it's like oops. Yeah, it's so much pressure. So much pressure. That's why I like anytime people contact me because they're like, I'm coming to like Japan, like what should I do, what do you recommend, da, da, da. Like I'm always just like, oh man, that's so much pressure, I don't know what to, like, or they're like, oh, let's meet up, and then they expect me to be able to like fluently like read the menu that's like all kanji and like chat with the waiter, and I'm like, nope. I can barely order my own food, let alone like tell what any of this fuck this is. But yeah, we're gonna play more Disco Elysium today, by the way. I think I should have all the integration and stuff working. Kale's been messaging me. I was a little slow because Kale's sorry. Can't ignore Kale, of course. Kale got a popcorn machine at her work. I'm real jealous. I'm just gonna say that. Like one of those like movie, not the like carnival style, like little standalone popcorn poppers. I mean, if you don't like popcorn and you work there, that'd be terrible because the whole place would be smell like popcorn all the time. But I would be stoked because I would just be eating popcorn constantly. That is, yeah. When you go into some local restaurants, you can feel the staff tense up because they see a big pack of foreigners, but they relax as soon as they know one of us can speak some Japanese. That's kind of like my hope, because usually it's like as long as you're trying, people are like pretty, like, they'll try to work with you. Some places straight up don't. Some places I've had where they just kind of like turn me away or just like definitely don't seem like they want to deal with me, even if I can speak a little Japanese. Can you put in a material request for a popcorn machine? I wish. I want it so much. Doesn't that sound great? I would love to have a popcorn machine at my work. Somebody has to constantly stock it though. That would be the only thing, is like somebody would have to like, it'd be like the coffee maker, honestly. Like I used to be the person at one of my first jobs, I'd be the person who came in, because I was the one who drank the most coffee, probably. Between me and the boss, we both like drank way too much coffee. But I would always like, it was one of the old percolators, like you set it up with the drip and everything, and I would always brew at least the first pot, if not more. But it's like that with the popcorn machine. You come in first round of popcorn of the day. Somebody's gotta put the oil in, heat it up. Howdy, Randy. Thanks. That's the biggest Randy I know right there. What the fuck is wrong with you, Circa? Circa, I'm having the same problem. Mac keeps having to tell me when you're like live and stuff, because apparently my alerts weren't working either. To burn a building. Yeah, we're all gonna have to burn some stuff down. I'm sure there is, to me. I'm sure there is a word for that. But yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't go too poorly. Yeah, well, like, see, that's the thing. Uber is like, sorry, I guess I'm chatty for a bit. It's my last stream before I go, so I guess I'm gonna be extra chatty. That's like the thing is, I like as a foreigner, an obviously foreign looking foreigner, I do get kind of annoyed when people like immediately treat me like as if I'm just like a tourist and stuff. Like I've had places, I actually just the other weekend I went someplace and the waiter, like we sat down and it was with my Chinese lab mates. But we were like speaking Japanese to each other at the time and a little bit of English because we were like joking around. But we had like just sat down and we were like debating on what to order. And the waiter came over and just handed me an English menu. Like me, of everyone at the table. Like, and I'm clearly like talking to them and like communicating. But then she just hands me an English menu and I was like, oh, okay. Like, thanks. Like, I guess I need this. But it was helpful in the fact that like we only had one menu for like 4 people at the table, so it did let us like look at more of the menu. But I was like, okay, you could have handed me like another Japanese menu and we would have been fine. But yeah, stuff like that sometimes I'm like, oh, come on. But I've also seen tourists being absolute assholes and like absolute like terrible humans, and so it's like I kind of get it where I would also, if I had to experience that frequently, I would probably also have like a chip on my shoulder whenever I saw a foreigner come in. Like I get pissed off when I see them just like misbehaving on the subway and stuff. I'm just like, stop, you're making it bad for all of us. Like, stop, please. I see. They need to make like a super bell that makes like, please blow up my phone whenever this streamer goes live. That's what I need. That is what I need. I turned off all Twitch notifications on my phone because they were just like driving me nuts. So I don't get any on my phone. So like that's why I always do the at everyone announcement on my Discord. Circa, are you bullying Crooked? Also, it's only 15. Did you reset the bully bot? I saw that it jumped up in the niceness meter too. Like the niceness meter went from like 14. Yeah, I saw there was like 6 in a row of like people being nice to Crooked, and it went from like 14 to like 34. Like it like jumped up like by 20 or something. I used to go to Chinatown sometimes with grad students, and you were always trying to calculate the percent of Chinese Oriental people in the group that would cause them to give us plates and forks instead of bowls and chops. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, what the heck, bully bot? Did it like go over did it have like a Y2K moment where it like reset itself because it went too high? Yeah, I mean, Uber, you say that, and actually Demeet sent me a picture of a sign the other day that genuinely was like a sign that said, like, in English it said, oh, we don't have any seats, or like we're no vacancy, we're full. And then in Chinese it said basically the same thing, and then at the bottom in Japanese it said, if you can read this Japanese, it's okay, you can come in, we have seats. Which I don't know, maybe it was a joke, but I honestly don't think it was. I think it was probably legit. But yeah, I just need to phone call Circa every time, be like, Circa, I'm going live. Would you like to tune in? It's like 1 a.m. your time. See, Circa always thinks it's like 7 a.m. for me. I always assume it's like 3 a.m. in the morning for Circa. Yeah, the question of the day is if you could turn any inanimate object into a living creature, what would you choose and why? What are those full body size Snorlax plushies? Plushies is probably a good one. That is true. You could like really have some fun with that one. I honestly don't know. Like, plushies is a pretty good answer. I feel like anything I would turn animate would be just a curse upon the earth. A real danger to society. Maybe I should turn more things animate. What a power to have. Yeah, anyway. How's everyone else doing? How's everyone else doing? Also, why is Crooked shouting me out? What the heck is Crooked doing? And why did it time up with Crooked being bullied? What's happening? Sure. Let's switch into a game. Me being live. That is something I am occasionally. I don't remember where we were in the game. Other than, I remember I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be doing now. Because I felt like I was just kind of running in circles. I know eventually we can talk to the balcony smoker after 9 p.m. But we obviously have a long way to go before 9 p.m. It is 10:42 in the morning. Your little skeleton named Skeletina! How is Skeletina doing? I could try talking to these people again. I haven't talked to them in a hot second. I don't know if they have anything new to say, but...
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Shame on you. His voice reminds me of somebody, but I can't remember. Like something from like Princess Bride or something. What is a strike?
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
He shifts uncomfortably in his workers' overalls. What do the strikers want?
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
Nice. She's honestly only a ribcage, head, and arms, so she's aight. She sounds cute.
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting shirt. This man is in shape.
I mean, look at his fucking shoulders, man. He's like a bus.
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting.
It is like he's like busting through the front. Where did you get these clothes, sir? Ill-fitting. What does that mean?
His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence.
You're wearing new clothes.
He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his.
Where'd you get those clothes?
Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what.
There was something with the clothing of the man that was like it was missing from, it's like missing from the corpse, or we like, because it wasn't in the dumpster or something. I'm trying to, there we go. Now we've got a solid Crooked bullying number. Poor Crooked. Crooked's like, also, if you guys don't know Crooked, how do I do these? I'll pay the favor to that lad. Go check out Crooked Finger, also streaming right now, streaming some Space Marine business. And as much as Crooked gets bullied, Crooked is not deserving of that bullying. Crooked is one of the nicest human beings I know. Very, very kind, tall Canadian. Comes with his blood. Canadians have to be nice. They're as sweet as maple syrup.
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Trending upwards, isn't it? Yeah. The bullying. There's something, isn't it like you guys are gonna buy him a game or something when you get to a certain point? He gets bullied because you're all thirsty. He did dye his hair red too. So you already bought it? Okay, good. I was like, 287 is a lot. I was like, I feel like something should have been done for Crooked in the meantime. I gotta ask, where exactly are you from? Although I guess he did get like, Crooked does get repaid in kindness, because I've never seen anyone get like love bombed as much as Crooked does in terms of like just like random gifted subs and things. And deserves it, like 100% deserves it. But yeah, I always adore it. And then he ends up in like a shark costume or a maid costume. But if we're lucky, Oscar ends up in a costume. That's where the real joy comes from for me.